MnDOT quite a bit, and something that they highly suggested that we do, kind of trying to alleviate some of the traffic problems as well as the snow buildup in the wintertime. We'll be adding ped ramps at all intersections. We have another walkthrough with the ADA group tomorrow to go through and just firm up our last suspicions and kind of what they want for our regulations. Same thing with the crosswalks around the school. We'll be adding these. We'll be just kind of slightly adjusting that one to the south so it's more lined up with the entrance of the school. And again, this is just the rest of the project. It's pretty much the same width all the way through to the north end of the bridge where we end at the bridge approach. As far as right now, our detour routing is not set in stone. We're still having further discussions between the city and MnDOT. We have right now suggested to them to have our local traffic be going out on Pine Meadows to Icon Drive, Nansett Lane, Prairie Street, and back onto Park Street. Right now, MnDOT has suggested that truck traffic be rerouted from I-90 to Highway 76 into Houston and back onto Highway 16. And again, that's not set in stone, it's just where we are right now with our project. The estimated total cost of the project from our engineer estimates was $3,533,000. The street improvement portions of that were $2,294,284. Storm sewer portions of it were $366,006. The water main and water services totaled $564,324. Sanitary and sewer service totaled $308,386. And you can see on our next portion of it, the city cost sharing is $1.7 million. The assessment cost portions of it, right now we're not set in stone on those, but we're totaling of $337,142. And MnDOT's cost participation is capped at $1.5 million. Also, including in the city's cost, back in 2007 when they had the flood, we did an analysis of the sewer mains and other destructed areas such as the street and curb, and we came up with $343,000 worth of funds that FEMA has tentatively agreed to reimburse the city for. For our proposed schedule going forward from here, tonight we're having our public hearing. We're hoping to turn in our District 6 95% plans in November, and those will go to the Rochester office. From there on, it usually takes anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks for the final plans to be approved by the city's St. Paul office. We're hoping to most likely have a project letting date, which is our official release of the project so contractors can bid on it, in February. And then we'll be choosing a contractor and beginning construction in May, and hopefully wrapping up with construction in October. That is the end of my presentation.
In a year, it'll all be done. Do you need the slideshow anymore?
I do not.
All right. How about Mayor? You getting lights?
Yep.
Thank you, sir. Let me shut this off.
I'll get it.
Can you guys do? Thank you. And right now, everything to add, Steve? Maybe we can start going to the public. Any questions from the public right now? Oh, come on, who wants to start? Please. State your name for the record, sir.
Rich Bureau, representing Farmers Co-op Elevator.
Thank you.
The detour was briefly touched on, and that's a huge concern for Farmers Elevator Company with our traffic running into our facility on a 4-month period, October through, or May through October.
Right.
without seeing much detail on where the detour is gonna run and the impact that it's gonna have on Farmers Co-op. I mean, we have some real questions, or how do we get involved in the process of determining where that traffic's gonna be? I've asked a couple of our staff people to kind of give a present, or some numbers as to what kind of truck traffic we have at our Farmers Elevator, just on this side of the bridge in the construction process. So I've asked Rod Torgerson, our feed division manager, just to give a little brief update on what kind of traffic we have and how often we use our facility in the construction zone. Give your name again, or
I'm Rod Torgerson, the feed department manager.
Just for the record, sir, thank you, appreciate that.
Farmers Elevator.
Thanks a lot.
You know, if we figure from June until through October, which would be 5 months, is that what the plan is? May to October. May to October, so
Right.
6 months. So we'd have, in that time period, just for, in the feed division, we got 1,800 trucks coming in and out of there. So, in a 6-month span, so we have 300 trucks a month, you know, between feed trucks and semis coming in and out of that facility. And then, for everybody to reroute 20 miles around, it's gonna be a lot of additional cost for us per ton of feed, and then just to figure out how to get trucks in to dump by the bike trail, because 43 will be cut off, so I don't know if we're gonna have a way that we can back semis in, or if they're gonna be able to drive in and back out somehow, because normally they drive in from the Stumpy side and go out on 43, so I'm just trying to figure out how we can get semis in and out of there, because there'd be more traffic on that street by Stumpy's than to have to ask a semi driver to back up into that loadout. Is gonna be kind of a difficult problem. And then the other problem I have is we have, by law, we have to weigh every load of feed in and out of there. So for the bulk trucks to leave, I don't know if we're gonna have to back into I don't really want them to back into the wood hen house, the head house by the mill there, but then we might have to drive out of town to do it, or, I'm just trying to figure out how to coordinate all this. So it's gonna be difficult trying to get feed in and out of there all summer and fall, plus the grain that comes in and out of that facility, just that facility, not let alone what goes on in South Fork, there's a lot of trucks. So that's just some concerns we have, so it's a lot of semis to get in and out of there, and I don't know if there's a way they can do part of the street so stuff's done sooner, or I don't know how all that works, but Spring Grove's been a nightmare up there, so I don't wanna have Rushford live through that either, so, and they're trying to route trucks around town.
Haven't you stated that they're gonna try to get 2 contractors to start working from the middle?
Correct. That's gonna be our goal, is to have the contractor have 2 crews running at the same time, one starting on the north end and then one starting near Harris Street, working north towards the Farmers Co-op.
So it might not be all the time, but it's gonna be part of the time.
I guess what we're concerned about is we need a,
say your name.
Please state your name for the record,
Okay.
sir.
my name's Greg Bolt and I'm the grain division manager.
Thank you, sir, thank you.
I guess our main concern is we need a truck route through town, not going around through Houston and up 90, making a 10-mile drive 50, That's what we need, is access to the facilities from the north. We done a little math from the grain department, and we figured between May and October, and September and October being the biggest months, we see approximately 4,479 trucks leaving or going. So, I mean, it would be devastating to our business in the fall if we missed out on the grain season in September and October.
What weight trucks do you run?
We took a balance of semis. There's a lot more semis now than straight trucks, tandems. And even the quad axle trucks are weighing 80,000 pounds,
And the difficulty are the streets in town just can't support the weight. So if we allow the trucks, it's not just yours, it's everybody's. They'll damage the streets, and we're gonna have to go in and then repair the streets. Of the homeowners are gonna be assessed for those. So we're trying to find the best way, to not impact the businesses. And working, I think, together, we can find some of those more local shortcuts that we can get you, so you don't have to go way out to Houston. There's other ways of getting closer to town.
If there was a convenient way to get through town, I think it would. But